braces for as long as I did, which we'll get into. But yeah, I get comments about it, and it's one of my biggest insecurities, and it's something that I've been wanting to fix and straighten out. But I got the opportunity to do that through today's sponsor, which is Bite, and we will get into all of that later. But I thought maybe that this would be interesting. It could clear up some confusion, and it could maybe help somebody out there. Because I know straightening your teeth as an adult is kind of like a weird thing to do, and braces aren't a feasible option for everyone. But I wanted to talk about my horrible experience with braces, my orthodontist at the time, all that, and kind of then explain what I'm doing now to straighten my teeth and undo the damage that was done. But yeah, so before we hop into this video, I do want to remind you all that I have a Patreon, where you can get 3 bonus ASMR videos ad-free every month for $3 a month. And when you subscribe and become a patron, you unlock all the past videos immediately. There are probably upwards of 30 to 40 videos already posted on there. I started August of last year, and I've done 3 to 4 videos a month every month since, so you'll get all that content right away, as well as any future content. So go check that out. It'll be linked in the description box, along with my Twitch. I do live stream video games twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, and you can check me out there as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the story. So basically, I have always had, not perfectly straight teeth. Not perfectly straight, but nothing like super crazy. But I always kind of knew that I would need braces, especially with the American beauty standard that we have. If your teeth aren't like perfectly straight, perfectly white, something's wrong with you and you need braces. That's basically how it's treated here. Not my favorite thing ever, because honestly, I think if that standard wasn't a thing here, I would be perfectly content with my teeth. I wouldn't really mind, but yeah, I kind of always knew I would need braces. A lot of people in my life, my friends at the time in school, had braces. It was pretty normal, kind of just something I expected. So yeah, I did some crowding, especially on the bottom, a little bit on the top, but not really. And then I have a pretty big overbite, which used to be a lot worse. It used to be so bad that my bottom teeth would like jab up into my gums up there and create like a sore. Basically, it's hard to explain, but yeah. So I had an overbite and some crowding, and my teeth weren't perfectly straight. So I knew I was gonna need braces, and then at the age of, I want to say 13, maybe 14, a orthodontist opened up right next door to my dentist. So we decided to just start going there and check it out because that was convenient. And so I went, I visited, everything seemed pretty fine. The orthodontist, like, he had just opened up a brand new practice, and went at an appointment, and he talked about, the future of my teeth, what braces were going to cost, how long it was going to take, all that stuff. And he estimated it would take about 1.5 years at most. And we started with my braces on, I think, just the bottom teeth, and then a few months later I got them on my top teeth. So it looked like I would be, in braces for 1.5 years for the first year, just kind of straightening, tightening, getting your wires changed out and stuff. And then for the last 6 months I would have to wear bands and that kind of stuff. And that was like the plan of what was supposed to happen. Now, I fully understand that things can, change, and stuff might not happen as quickly or as long as people or doctors or orthodontists or anyone may estimate, right? So sometimes people get their braces off really early. In my case, kind of zooming ahead, I had my braces on for nearly 5 years. Again, I got them put on when I was 13, and I did not get them taken off until I was 18 years old and I was graduating high school. So I got them my first or second year of middle school, all the way up until high school. Just the time it took, that just felt so usually one of the orthodontist assistants would just do that, but for some reason this time he was doing it because maybe he just didn't have another patient to, you know, see over anything. So he came over and was doing it, and he just jammed it in. But in the process of that, like literally punched me in the face. My lips started bleeding and everything, and he tried to pull some like, your gums are just not like healthy enough, that's why they're bleeding so easily, when I'm literally sitting there like on the verge of tears, like, dude, you just punched me in the face. But by the time it hit about year 3.5, you could probably imagine I was over it. Me and my dad, who would usually come to my appointments before I could drive myself, would ask like, what's up with the 1.5 years? How long is this gonna take? Why is this taking so long? And he could never really give a solid answer. So it was just really confusing. He wouldn't really give us straightforward answers, and it honestly just felt to me like he just kept extending how long I had them for whatever reason. I don't know if it was to make more money. I couldn't even tell you. My teeth were definitely a lot straighter. I could tell with the braces. I would say by year 3.5, maybe 4, my teeth looked really nice and straight with the braces on. I wasn't seeing any more improvements. I was just kind of confused, right? Keep in mind, this whole time, year 1, 2, 3, almost 4, I hadn't had bands or anything that I really had to worry about other than the typical don't eat, you know, really hard foods, don't chew gum, yada yada yada, right? So year 3.5 to 4 comes around, and he's finally like, okay, we're gonna start wearing bands. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But now this is where I think I need to take some accountability, right? I hated it. Having to just always remember to switch the bands out and wear them all the time, when by this time I'm already twice as long as I was expecting to have braces. I'm over it. I'm mentally checked out. I'm done. I'm miserable. So I think for the first, few months I wore my bands really well, but then I just started to get so lazy because I was just so frustrated. I was annoyed. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you guys can understand kind of where I was at this point. All of my friends by now have gotten their braces off, have these nice teeth. I'm still here almost 4 years later with my braces on, and I'm over it. I was done, mentally checked out. So I didn't really wear my bands that well, and it kind of just ended with my dad sort of being like, okay dude, we're taking these off. Please just take them off. She's moving out to college, she's graduating high school, like, you need to just take them off. Her teeth look straight. What are we doing here? Take them off. So he took them off, and this is probably my biggest regret, I would say. So if you currently have braces, don't do what I did if this is available to you. He looked at me and was like, okay, took them off, everything, whatever, and was like, do you want just like the clear retainers, or do you want a permanent retainer? Well, I'll have to stay here for like another 30 minutes to an hour to like install your permanent retainer, and you might have to get it fixed every few years and come back. And again, mentally, I'm so checked out. I was miserable. I was so over it. I wasn't even happy with my teeth, which we'll get into in a second. I just wanted out of there, and he already had the clear ones like ready and made, so I was like, give me those, I'll do them, that's fine, just basically get me out of here. And I would say I'm a pretty patient person, but every time I stepped into that orthodontic office, I was like so over it. So I left, I had my retainer, and again, I got home and I got to actually look at my teeth, and I had white like demineralization spots pretty much all over. And that is a symptom, I think, of just not brushing like super effectively. So that's partially on me, but then I also read that it can happen the longer you have like a bracket or something there that covers it. Like, it'll make it worse, because if you have something on your teeth this whole time, you're brushing around it. But underneath the teeth is this, like, nothing's getting on that part where the bracket's covering, the longer you have that there, the rest of it's gonna be discolored. So my teeth were discolored, there was demineralization. They didn't look great. And I was so just distraught. Like, I spent 4 years. They were straight, but they weren't pretty. And then he didn't even say anything that he could do about the demineralization. I had asked him, solutions. He said teeth whitening, but my teeth are so sensitive as it is, so that wasn't really viable for me. My teeth weren't even nice. I couldn't even celebrate getting them off. It was just felt like a big slap in the face. So naturally, I didn't really have motivation to wear my retainers often. I think I lost them pretty quickly, and I just never wore them, and they shifted, and that's on me. So I think that whole experience just kind of ruined my motivation to wear my retainers to keep my teeth straight, because I wasn't happy with them anyway, and I didn't. So yes, I definitely think there's part of it that was definitely my fault. I should have worn bands better than I did. I should have worn my retainer better than I did. But then at the opposite end of it, all of that stuff happened on year 4, when for 3 years it felt like nothing had been done on his end, and it was really frustrating. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of just the overview of my awful orthodontist experience. There's a bunch of other little things that happened, but I don't want to drag it on. So after that, basically what I did was I went to my dentist that I mentioned earlier, my trusted dentist, and he helped fill in my demineralization. So now there's not really any white spots or any weird coloring on my teeth, and other than that, I haven't really done much anything else. I've kind of just let them shift a little bit on the bottom, and even the top, they're kind of shifted a little bit, but they're definitely straighter than they were pre-braces, but of course they're not perfect, and I kind of just took the L and was like, I'm over it. It definitely became an insecurity for me, and it was something I was ashamed about for so long. So when Bite reached out to me and wanted to work with me for a video, and then I found out they were an at-home teeth straightening service, I was like, yes, it was kind of a blessing in disguise. And so I'm hoping that by sharing this with you, it'll maybe help someone else out there that might not have straight teeth but wants to get straight teeth, or can't really afford braces, or dealing with having to go to appointments all the time. This is just so much of an easier option, so I'm really excited to be working with them. Now let's talk about it. Let's get into it. How I am straightening my teeth going forward. So if you've never heard of Bite, you don't know who they are. Bite is an at-home teeth straightening and whitening service that can straighten your teeth in about half the time. They are fast. You can get your impressions done, and your full kit will be sent to you within a few weeks. They are affordable and they are convenient, because unlike some other aligner companies who send you aligners is an extraction tool. So if you ever put on an aligner and it's a little too tight, you're struggling to take it off, that can help you kind of just, you know, pop it out. And then a little like file, in case there's a part of your aligner that's kind of stabbing you or poking you, you can just like file it down a little bit with that. So, and then you just put your aligners in here whenever you aren't wearing them. And then we have the Hyper Bite. This is probably the most unique part of the bite process. I've never seen any other company do something like this, but this is the Hyper Bite. It pops out of this little thing. This is what you charge. Once it's charged, you pop on the mouthpiece, and then as you have your aligners in this little thing, you push this button and you bite down on it and it vibrates. And doing this every day is what speeds up the process and helps your teeth straighten out even quicker. So my whole entire process is supposed to take around 6 months. Fingers crossed, so much better than 4 years, I'll tell you that much. This is my first set, and I've been wearing these for the past few days, getting used to them. They were a little bit tight the first night, but after that, they go in just fine, no problem. Just pop them in. They don't poke or prod or, you know, feel uncomfortable at all. I barely recognize that they're there most of the time. And again, I just wear them while I'm sleeping. So super easy. In the morning, you pop them out, you clean them, whatever. And then the last thing, so you have the Hyper Bite, the case, the aligners, and then you also get this, which is the Bright Bite. I'm just gonna leave my aligners in while I talk about this. This is the Bright Bite. It whitens your teeth and it cleans your aligners at the same time. You just squirt a pump of it onto each tray, pop it in, and let it sit for about 5 minutes. It'll clean them and whiten your teeth at the same time. So convenient, so easy. And again, as I said earlier, I have really sensitive teeth, so like Crest 3D white strips and stuff like that usually don't work very well on me because they just make my teeth ache, but I haven't had any issues with this so far. So yeah, that's basically what I am now doing to straighten my teeth and kind of redo the awful 4-year orthodontic experience that I had. If any of you out there also struggle with your teeth or have been wanting to straighten them, just know that I totally understand the stress that comes along with that and the anxiety